guys, I hope you all well. So today I'm going to be filming this look right here. It is a makeup look that I love wearing on an everyday basis, even though I don't wear makeup on an everyday basis. But so in case you want to get done quickly and you don't have time for a lot of products, or you really just don't want your skin to look like you've applied too much products, the best way you could do this is by using just a concealer all over your face. So if you want to know how I achieved this look using just a concealer for complexion and 1 or 2 products, I even just kept it super minimum, and I used one brush for the face, and I used my sponge. Then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm gonna get this makeup look started for you guys. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. I'm just gonna go through the products that we are going to use during this video. So because I'm trying to use minimum products here, especially for the skin. Okay, so I'm gonna start off today by using my holy grail tilbury magic cream. And I'm so sorry guys for the horrendous skin. It has just been one of those weeks or months or whatever it is. And I'm gonna use this for my makeup today. The reason why I like using this one, I feel like it gives the skin such a beautiful glow. So you don't really need to apply a lot of things afterwards. So I like to take the tiniest amount because it is a nice rich cream, and then apply it all over my face and just rub it in. And if you've watched my skincare video, you'll see how I use this cream just to help sculpt my face. So I'm gonna obviously prime my eyes. So I'm gonna use my, not prime my eyes, but sorry, just get in focus. I'm gonna use my Kiehl's eye cream. The reason why I like using this when I apply makeup, because it's really nice and rich, and when I apply it before concealer under my eyes, it gives the concealer such a nice glow. And if your concealer is a bit drying, it just gives the concealer hydration, which is so weird, but it gives the concealer a bit of hydration, so it just slips and slides and it just sits so nicely, and it doesn't look dry and patchy under the eyes. Is now my moisturizer and my eye cream done. I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty primer, and this is the hydrating primer. Guys, I'm so sad that this primer is almost getting to a point where it's finished. Okay, so I just apply this evenly through the whole face. Okay, and now you should at this point feel like nice and hydrated, nice and moisturized, and also ready for makeup application. I'm gonna go with my Avene. I hope I pronounced this right. I've watched a few videos on how to pronounce it, so I don't look like a fool coming on here and saying this word. And this is the thermal spring water. I've been really loving this water to just soothe and calm my skin, especially during this time. And it just helps with any pimples or breakouts and just soothing it out and just allowing your skin to heal naturally. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead now and apply my concealer. So the concealer I'm using, which I feel like is the best concealer if you want to just use one product on your face for complexion, a Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. And it says it has super coverage, and guys, it has super coverage. I swear this concealer sometimes makes me feel like my foundations have less coverage than the concealer itself, which is normal because concealers are meant to be a little bit more in full coverage than your foundations. I love lots of concealers. I've mentioned this in my previous video. However, what I love about this concealer, I want you to see the amount of product you're getting with the 2 different concealers. Like, look at how thick and big this one is and how thin the other one is. Okay, so I don't tend to highlight and then color correct. I don't tend to color correct and then highlight. I prefer just getting a concealer that works for both. However, this one here I feel is nice and close to my skin color, so I do tend to use a lighter shade to highlight, but I do not have one in that. So that's why this concealer allows me to use it as an overall face concealer, because it matches my skin tone. Let's go in now with this concealer. If you see how big the wand is, it's actually like huge, so you get a lot of product out of it. And now I'm just gonna start by applying it to my cheeks. Not a lot, guys. I'm just applying it there because I'm very red in those areas. Applying it down here in my center, and then covering obviously all my blemishes, because that is important. And then applying it there down the bridge of my nose, Not too focused on the eye area. Obviously if you have dark circles and you want to color correct, that's completely up to you. So just around there and then there. Okay, so now I'm gonna just buff that all into my skin. I don't know if you guys can see how amazing the coverage is already and the glow on my skin because of the cream and the moisturizer and the spray. I obviously still can see a bit of this one here, this pimple, and that seems to be okay. Obviously this is more of an everyday look, so I don't want to focus too much on creating a full coverage. I just want it to look nice and balanced and soft. I'm just going to take the tiniest amount again and just focus it on this area here. And anyway, I seem to have a lot of blemishes or nothing is covered. Okay, everywhere else seems pretty good. So now I'm just going to dab this in the area. This is called spot concealing. So you're just technically applying the product on the areas or the spot that needs coverage. Gonna go in with my Yardley Absolute Translucent Loose Powder. Tiniest amount, again not using a brush, just taking the tip off my blender. This is the LC Velvet Sponge, and after I've blended out my eyes, I'm literally just putting it underneath my eyes, just there, not baking. So now I'm done powdering. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't need a lot of powder. I set the areas I need to set. I want it to look natural, super glowy, super soft, nothing too dramatic. I'm gonna jump in now to the next few steps. So what I like doing on my everyday basis is bronzing the skin. You obviously do not need to do this step if you don't like bronzer. I'm going in with my butter bronzer from Physicians Formula in the shade Deep Bronze, and just an angle brush. Together. I don't need blush because this bronzer is not as deep or dark, so it works for me. And then I like to just apply it in my hairline, and it's so soft, and the consistency of it is not super chalky, so it doesn't like stick to an area. It just blends out and it's soft. I think that's why it's called butter bronzer. Okay, moving on, not applying blush today. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight now my face using my Anastasia Beverly Hills amrezy highlighter. This is one of my favorite highlighters, and I'm going to use my sponge to do this, guys, because I want it to be pressed onto my face and I don't want it to look like I applied highlighter. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to spray my face with my Avene water again, but super lightly, not as much as I applied before. This is just going to allow your face to capture the product a little bit better, a little bit more of a wet look, and more natural as well. So let it set just for a few seconds, then going in with my sponge and my highlighter. I just rub the sponge against the highlighter. You guys can see the product, and then I just want to press it onto the face. So if you guys can see that, it's just like a soft glow, nothing too harsh. There's no powdery look because I didn't use a brush. So I'm pressing it into the skin to make it look more natural, like a wet glow or dewy skin finish, especially for every day. It's so beautiful. Tip of the nose, nothing too dramatic. I'm not going to put it down the nose either because obviously I want it to just look glowy and nothing too harsh. And then just the cupid bow, and that's about it. I'm not going to put it in my forehead or anything like that today. It's just a quick everyday look, so nothing too dramatic. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows, which on an everyday basis I don't do it as dramatic as on a normal day, on a day where I go out or I need to actually have a makeup look on. So what I do is I like to just brush the brows. Remember, there's quite a bit of product on the spoolie as well, because when you do apply your eyebrows with your product, you do wipe it off with the spoolie. So the spoolie has so much of product, so I like to press the spoolie against my brows and brush it so that, I don't know if you guys can see it, you can already see that this one's looking a little bit more full than that one. This saves you time. I mean, if you need to really go in with the other side and the product, you can go ahead to fill it in, but I don't. For an everyday basis, I just sort of buff it out with the spoolie and it does the job for me. Now I'm going to go in with my mascara. I'm using the DIOR Pump and Volume Mascara. Okay, so now obviously I love to focus quite a bit of mascara on my lashes. I like them to look clumpy. I like them to look not necessarily clumpy. I just like them to look full and done. And this mascara, I don't know if you guys can see the difference. It really does work. It reminds me a lot of the Chanel the Volume 10 mascara. Never ever not apply mascara on my lower lashes, guys. I feel, if you guys can see the difference already, I haven't even applied it fully here. I just feel like with applying it on your lower lashes, it really just works so much better in terms of completing the whole eye look. And we're done. So on an everyday basis, you guys know me, I don't like bright lipsticks. I like to go in with a lipstick that is neutral and close to my lip color, and also a lip liner because I like a good plumpy lip. If you don't have time for lip liner, perfect, fine. If you only can wear lip gloss or lip balm, perfect, fine, do you. But I love a good like soft neutral lipstick. I'm using the Boldly Bare lip liner from MAC. Then I'm going to go in with my favorite lipstick now. It's the Yash limited edition lipstick from MAC. If you guys can see that, it's so beautiful. It's like a peachy tone, so it reminds me of In Between Twig and In Between Velvetetti, which is really nice. Twig sometimes I feel like is way too pink on me, and Velvetetti, I love it. It's my best lipstick that I own. But, I mean, I get tired of it, so this is a nice addition. Okay, so guys, that is the completed look. I'm now going to go in again with my spray, and it is so easy to achieve this look. And I love it, like for an everyday soft, if you need it for work, if you're just uncomfortable with running errands without makeup and you don't want to sit and waste time getting your makeup done, this can take you about 10 minutes max. You know, just slopping on a concealer and covering where you need to cover. This concealer is brilliant, but I'm not saying you guys need to particularly go and buy this concealer. What I'm saying is that you guys need to just find a concealer that works for you, covers what you need covered, and you're good to go. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed.